the Fantasy Flow Podcast. Could start at right guard for the Seahawks. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the pod. Welcome back. Andy, how's it going, man?
How's it going?
I think we both had a long weekend. It's kind of nice to get back into the flow. No pun intended. Pretty interesting week 8 in the NFL. And by interesting, I mean just blowout city. Like it's crazy that so many blowouts took place. It's crazy how uninteresting it was. It was almost interesting, right? I mean, 11 out of the 13 favorites covered, and 9 teams won by 18 points or more. Like that happens. It hasn't happened in decades. That's just nuts.
Yes. You either were very happy with the results or you were very pissed off.
Yeah, that's fair. From a fandom perspective, from a betting perspective, yeah. Another interesting thing about week 8, there were 8 backup QBs going at it this weekend. 7 of them lost by a lot. Only Tyler, a.k.a. Snoop Huntley and the Ravens, got it done without their starting QB.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty wild that there's so many backup QBs and they all suck. I mean, that kind of explains why these other QBs are making $50 million, right? You just like almost don't have a chance without them. And that was like, I mean, Mac Jones was spitting in the face of that earlier this season, and then he just totally collapses, lets you down in a big spot. I mean, these are some real bummer results, but yeah, I mean, if we want to stay positive, we could talk about the Ravens. We could talk about the AFC North and the fact that the rest of their division lost this weekend. Browns got destroyed by the Patriots after destroying the Dolphins themselves a week before, so just no momentum. They get wrecked. The Bengals lose in embarrassing fashion to the Jets, giving them their first win of the season. That was easily the most insane game of the weekend that no one cares about. And then Rodgers and the Steelers, they got outscored by the Packers 21-6 in the fourth quarter, dropping to 4-3. And they lead the division at 4-3, but the Steelers, they play the scorching hot Colts this next week. So, Andy, I want to flip it to you and just be like, are all these teams still in it? Like, what's going on here?
Well, obviously not the Bengals or the Browns, but
obviously, I don't know.
Yeah, we've already eliminated them from the playoff contention, so they are definitely not in it.
Not the Bengals.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh shoot. Well, I think this is what you're going to get with Joe Flacco, right? This is what you're going to get basically with anybody not named Joe Burrow. You're going to get a couple wins here or there. You're going to get a couple losses here or there. Just like as you mentioned about the Browns, no momentum, no execution. The defense is still bad.
No consistency. Yeah.
Exactly. With the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's where it's really frustrating because you think this team is on a roll. They kind of hype you up. They kind of think they can start something here, and then they lose against. I mean, the Packers. They're the number 1 team in the NFC, right? So it's not. It's a tough match. But if you want to win your division, these are the games you need to win. And I seriously thought that he had a really good chance to win this game, and they just come out super flat. Like, where is the defense? Where is TJ Watt? Where is Jalen Ramsey? Where is Jonnu Smith? I keep on waiting. You went and got this guy for a reason. Where is he in this offense?
Yeah. I mean, they lost Thursday Night Football against the Bengals last week, so this is 2 losses in a row. And it's just right at the time. It's just the Ravens are just so thankful, right? Like, this is just exactly what they need and exactly what the Steelers don't need is a losing streak. And I'm almost counting the Colts this next week like as 3 losses in a row.
Yeah.
Because that's the number 1 offense in football. And the Steelers, they couldn't stop the Packers at all. I mean, they've allowed over 30 points the last 2 weeks. So, And then I want to talk about the Bengals a little bit more because imagine if the Bengals beat the Jets like they were supposed to. We're talking about a 500 team with Joe Burrow coming back in December. Very much still in it. And now they lose to the Jets. Now they're 3-5. and it feels like they're fading. But again, I just think the Steelers are just keeping both of these teams, the Bengals and the Ravens, in it. And yeah, we get Lamar back hopefully on Thursday. I mean, the Ravens kind of faked us out last week. I don't know what that
Yeah, they
was,
did.
but
That was very weird. That was very odd. A full week of practice, and they still don't put him in, and they still win. As your point you made. Looking at the Bengals schedule, Bears, Steelers, Patriots, Ravens, Bills, Ravens. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in a row, in my opinion. Like, they're good.
yikes.
Good luck. Good luck.
And contrast that to the Ravens' next 5 opponents: Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals.
Yeah,
None of
and
those
are
teams have
all
a winning
wins.
record. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely craziest game of the weekend for sure. Bengals, Jets, but at the same time, like you said, no, I mean, it's just the Bengals doing normal Bengals things, and the Jets getting so lucky that Isaiah Davis 2-point conversion made it through the line. If that doesn't happen, they have no chance of winning this game. They're down 15. They score a touchdown, and they go for 2. And the commentators are just questioning everything. Like, what are you doing here? You just need to kick the extra points.
Right.
Like, if you don't make this, you're screwed. Like, this is really risky. And they throw a pass to Isaiah Davis, and he reaches over the line, but they call it they call it a drop, actually. Go back to replay, and then they call it that he caught it and that he got it over the line, which is just, again, like that whole Baker Mayfield, like, you caught it but you didn't. So crazy that he went for the 2-point, and then secondly that it worked, and then it got converted, and then they stop the Bengals. They go down and drive again. Breece Hall throws a touchdown, and then they kick the extra point, and then they go for 2 again to win the game. And that's exactly what happened. Like, just luck after luck after luck, in my opinion.
Well, they were due. Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Good for the Jets. Like
right.
I don't want to just sit here and say they were lucky. Like, every team gets lucky here and there. And yeah, man, I don't know. The refs maybe dogged him, didn't give it to him at first. I mean, I know the refs dogged the other New York team, the Giants, if we want to talk about that, where Kayvon Thibodeau rips the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands as he's stretching out for the first down. He's literally stretching out, and that's why you don't do it. That's the risk you run, right? Like so a defender just grabbed the ball, wrestled it out of his hands, and then the refs blow the play dead and say, well, I mean, you kind of stopped him first, didn't you? Like, I mean, dude. I've been an Eagles defender. I've been a defender of the tush push on this podcast, but like, I can't defend that at all. I mean, that was crazy. I don't know what that has to do with the tush push. Everyone's trying to be like, oh, well, now it definitely needs to be banned. But I think it was just an outright horrible call.
This is just bad officiating. I brought it up in our last week's podcast. I mean, it's just getting worse and worse. This is just bad call after bad call. A replay. Do you replay this? Do you come in and give advice on this call but not that call? It's just muddying the waters. I feel like replay assist really helped for the first couple years that it came out, and now it's just right back to where it was, of like what deserves it and what doesn't. Do you replay assist that, like the tush push strip? Yeah. Like maybe you should. That one seems pretty obvious to me. So,
well, Andy, I gotta say, after you pointed it out on our podcast, I'm seeing it more and more that like these refs are, and it's a sport where a decision by a referee in a sport where you score maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns a game, they can make a huge swing in the game with just one call, and that's just the nature of the sport. It always has been. But yeah, man, I mean, these replay angles and reviews, I mean, as a viewer, we've never had a better understanding of what the correct call is, and that just makes it tough for the officials. But yeah, I'm not here to defend the officials. I mean, that was a crazy call to blow your whistle after the other team came up with what is the fumble. Yeah, just nuts. And then elsewhere, they did the world's longest review, and the ref still comes out to the middle of the field and says, after expedited review, and Troy Aikman's like, no. That's not expedited. Nothing about what just happened was expedited.
Oh, that's funny.
Andy, do you got anything else while we're recapping week 8 that you wanted to
No,
break
not
down?
really. I think the biggest one that we need to kind of highlight with we can kind of throw in a Seahawks quick talk is the fact that the Texans come out and pretty much looked like they destroyed the 49ers. And I just want to give major props because the Seahawks handled them fluently. And then they come home and they have this, yes, beatered and battered 49ers team, but they proved that they could still win games, and they proved that they proved their weaknesses in front of that Houston crowd, and Houston took full advantage.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it looked like a typo, the point spread. Because weren't the 49ers like 1 point underdogs? And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I kind of wanna I circled them for the Fantasy Flow face-off for our game picks, and you picked them. And yeah, Vegas knew something we didn't. And I checked the spreads for this coming week, and I was like, is this a Texans thing or a 49ers thing?
Mm,
And I still don't know, man, because the
right.
Texans are getting a lot of respect in Vegas, and the Niners are still, in my opinion, not getting a lot of love. But now I'm
Right.
nervous because of that crazy result that the 49ers. I mean, it's easy to just kind of chalk it up to, well, they have a lot of backups, but like that didn't stop them before. So yeah,
Exactly.
uh,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And Texans had a lot of backups too. No Nico
yeah,
Collins.
yeah.
A lot of offensive linemen hurt. They're still trying to figure out how to run the ball, and they showed that it didn't matter against this 49ers team. So yeah.
Yeah,
Besides
Nick
that,
Chubb looked all right. I was like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Woody Marks, CJ Stroud looked pretty good, throwing to everybody. Yeah, and then the 49ers just looked flat.
All right, speaking of looking flat, I think it is time to move on to our TEC, the Team Elimination Challenge.
Hmm.
Eliminated 7 teams so far. They are the Saints, the Browns, the Titans, the Jets, the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Raiders. Now, looking around the league, Andy, tell me which team stands out to you that we haven't already eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, there's a juicy 2-5 team just sitting there. They just got to win after a couple losses. The Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be a tall, tall task, but they have Lamar Jackson, probably the best quarterback in the league. I can't quite do it yet. So we're going to have to punish a team that didn't even play this week, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, those 2 teams have the worst records of the teams remaining. They're both 2-5. Ravens recently improved to 2-5. The Cardinals, are we really going to fire them on their day off? I mean, I think we kind of have to. Other
Yeah.
options, the Bengals are out there. We talked about them, how the Steelers are keeping that division wide
Mm,
open with their ineptitude. I'm like, man, like the Vikings, but JJ McCarthy's coming back. You know, that's the thing with a lot of these teams. I mentioned the number of backup quarterbacks. There's a lot of teams just waiting to get their quarterback back.
yes.
Like the Falcons, like the Vikings, the Panthers.
Like
They looked terrible. They look like a team that we can eliminate, but like Bryce Young's coming back. The 49ers are getting a quarterback back. So I'm fine. Yeah, I because I don't think Kyler coming back is going to lift this team up out of the doldrums. I think they've lost 5 games in a row, and
Oh,
yeah, if
wow.
some
Yikes.
other teams have lost, we're not talking about the Cardinals, but those other teams like the Ravens, like they did what they had to do, and yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're on thin ice, but we can't eliminate the Ravens with that cupcake schedule that they have.
Right. And one thing between like the Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals, are we really about to eliminate the number 2 team in their division versus the bottom team in their division?
Yeah, yeah, a clear fourth place in the
Right.
NFC West, and
Right.
we've eliminated so many AFC teams already. So yeah, it makes too much sense. Sorry, Cardinals, you're done.
You're gone.
Next up, we're gonna revisit the Fantasy Flow MVP ladder. You remember this from 2 weeks ago, if you were listening. I threw out our first MVP, top 5, and look, it's all quarterbacks because the MVP is a quarterback award, and yeah, I have the what is it, Offensive Player of the Year award. And 2 weeks ago, I said that was Jonathan Taylor. Spoiler alert, it's still Jonathan Taylor. Do they have two of those things? Can we give it to him
Right.
twice?
Right.
But no, yeah, let's look at the MVP ladder. And starting off at number 5, there's been 2 weeks of more data, and we got some shakeup. And Andy, you don't know what these are beforehand, so we're getting your live reaction to this. At number 5, I have the Jets kid who went viral 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That kid reminds me of every fan that is just stuck in their ways of cheering for their one team no matter how bad they are. Oh God, he represents a lot of people.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that resonated with so many people because everyone, even if you are in one of the most successful sports, markets, it's like one of you have at some point in your life rooted for a team that sucks, that hurts you over and over again, and you're just like, why am I a fan? And you just question it, and then you sleep on it, and then you're just right back at it. And that kid's got to be what, 15, 16 years old, and he's just like, man, I hate this team, but I'm sticking with it no matter what. But man, it's really tough. And then what do? With their heart on their sleeves, they go for 2 multiple times. They're playing for their coach. They're playing for each other. They're playing for the kid, and they get their first win of the year. So I got to put the kid at number 5 on my MVP ladder.
Yes, I love it.
Number 4, and this was close, but a close number 4 is Josh Allen.
Wow.
He's killing it. He's killing it. They're using the run game quite a bit. Not really wowing me as just a wild card team at this point. So yeah, you're 4th place. Show me something, Josh Allen. At 3rd place, quarterback of the best team in football, Daniel Jones. Some people, they were saying that we omitted him 2 weeks ago, and I said I just need to see more, and they showed me more. I mean, the Colts, they lead the entire NFL in points, and they lead the NFL in points per game. Daniel Jones, he's just so efficient, and a lot of it is Jonathan Taylor, but a lot of it's not. And so I'm giving him his flowers there at number 3. Andy, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, so far I would put Josh Allen at 3 and Daniel Jones at 4, but I respect the names.
Josh Allen gets to play the Chiefs this week, so he's got an opportunity here to move up the board. Number 2. Look, I got Baker Mayfield at 2. Okay, wow. I love the kid. Gotta stay water. We got to react to what's happened. And he dropped one 2 weeks ago, and then last week he didn't have a good game. They beat the putrid Saints, but I mean, Baker Mayfield, 150 passing yards, no touchdowns. So I mean, it's just such a tight race, and you can't afford to give me 2 weeks like that. You're gonna climb down the ladder. Best not hurt yourself. Best not fall off. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Number 1's Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Yeah, he just moves up from 2 to 1. Just because, in the offseason, I said, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP because A, he already has so many, and B, we've seen this Chiefs team and how they score points. It's through the running game. They play defense, and it's not this air raid. And man, with all these weapons back, he's slinging it. He's slinging it all over the yard, and they are winning because Mahomes is scoring touchdowns, and he's getting rushing touchdowns too. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, this is like prime Mahomes.
Yeah, he's Patrick Mahomes. It's not like he changed his name. It's not like he turned into a different person. He is still the best player in the league, and he is showing it yet again why he is the best in the league. I am shocked you don't have Drake May. I can't wait for next week when Drake May goes against your number 2, Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
That is going to be that. I think you're going to have to reconsider your list there, bud.
Oh, well, I'm sure I'll reconsider my list. Yeah, I do. And every other week we come out with a new top 5.
Yeah.
Should we jump into the week 9 preview?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited.
As we just discussed, the Chiefs go to Buffalo to play the Bills. This week of games, I think, is a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I feel like the last 3 weeks we've been like, oh, it's underwhelming, and we're going through the buys right now, so it
Yeah.
takes away some teams. But man, this week is looking a lot better than last week already. Broncos, Texans, um, Bills, Chiefs, like that's Cowboys, Cardinals. Like hopefully Kyler comes back, and
Woohoo!
then Lion.
Cowboys, Cardinals.
Yeah, man, primetime Dak. He's he's high powered there. But Lions Vikings, man, JJ McCarthy versus
Yeah.
Jared Goff. That's gonna be a great one. It's funny how they put. I'm not putting just any disrespect to the Seahawks, but it's funny how they put the Seahawks and the Commanders as Sunday Night Football, and they leave the Chiefs and the Bills as an afternoon game. I just think that's a clear indication that you need to make that a primetime game. But other side of the coin, I hate seeing the Chiefs on primetime back to back to back to back weeks. So yeah.
I think the way that they see it, Chiefs Bills is going to do numbers no matter where you put it. Seahawks Commanders is only going to do numbers if it's the only game on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying.
I like that Texans Broncos matchup. It's going to be
Yes.
a defensive battle. Like it's got an over under. I think I saw it was 39.5 point over
Yeah.
under. But man, like
That's crazy.
Bo Nix and that Broncos team, I think they've scored like 70 points in the last 5 quarters, right? And then the
Wow,
Texans
yeah.
are the number one scoring defense. They've allowed the fewest points. So like that's going to be a great one.
We get to see the 2-5 Ravens go against the 2-5 Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. Like, can't forget that these teams both record wise they both really suck. So it's going to be interesting to see which sucky team wins that one.
It better be the Ravens. I mean, like I said, they're
Dude.
on thin ice, and Thursday
Yep.
night's weird. And yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I'm gonna be nervous every single time. But man, yeah, I feel like outside of those 2 games, those are probably my top 2 games, right? The Chiefs, Bills, and the Texans, Broncos. Besides that, I feel like all these matchups are just like, is the quarterback coming back?
Yes, that's a
So,
good point.
Like the Seahawks Commanders, that's going to be a great game if Jaden Daniels plays. And I feel
Right.
like I could say that about 3 or 4 of these matchups this week.
Penix needs to come back. Purdy really needs to come back. Bryce Young really needs to come back. They're going against the Packers. Like, yes, I totally
Yep.
agree.
JJ McCarthy.
Right. They don't have another choice though, with Carson Wentz going down for the
Yeah.
season-ending injury.
Right,
They're
yeah.
like, your rope is cut off, my guy. You are in there.
Yeah, I love that we talked about it last week because it played out in such a crazy way. Last week, I talked about how J.J. McCarthy was the emergency quarterback, that he wasn't actually out due to injury. He's healthy. He's there. He's on the sideline bouncing around. He's like, well, what can I do? Can I get you a Gatorade? You know, he's like, he's healthy. And the Vikings are not going to him. They went with Carson Wentz, and even though Carson Wentz was dealing with his own injuries, and Carson Wentz, his body breaks. I mean, he's on IR. He's probably going to miss the rest of the year, right? That's what they said. And their only other quarterback on the roster is like this absolute no-name. And so, yeah, now they're going to turn to J.J. McCarthy, but it's like, man, this guy's been healthy. And it's basically a soft benching, and now they have no other choice, like you said, perfectly put. So, and guess what? Here's the Detroit Lions. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see how it plays out. I don't think it's going to be like a good competitive game, but we'll see.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, by the way the line says, it says that the Minnesota is going to score 20 points and that the Lions are going to score 29. So I feel like even giving 20 points to Minnesota with a J.J. McCarthy, that is basically still a rookie. Like, we have to remember, he has only played in 2 games, and one of them he got hurt. Like, this guy is green as hell.
Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right. Should we move on to fantasy football?
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Every week we're bringing you players that we are flowing into our lineup. This week it's for week 9. There are some bye weeks. There's some injuries. Andy, who's the first player that you're flowing into your lineup for the people for week 9?
Yeah, I'm going Zach Charbonnet, running back for the Seattle Seahawks. He
Interesting.
he is the goal line guy, and we like to score touchdowns, whether that's with JSN, whether that's with one of our many tight ends. But we know that Mike McDonald loves to run the football, and especially when we're near the goal line. Give me Zach Charbonnet to score one, maybe 1.5 touchdowns.
1.5 touchdowns. You love to see it, folks. Maybe a 2-point conversion. Yeah, I got another Seahawk. I'm going with Sam Darnold. I think this is a great
Ooh.
matchup against a Commanders defense that is not good. Seahawks are coming off a bye. I love that. And yeah, I think Sam Darnold is just kind of like right on the cusp of like he's not an auto start, but I really love this matchup. So yeah, if you need a quarterback, I think you can't do better than Sam Darnold.
That's a great pick. Did you see Bobby Wagner get burned on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs? I mean, they were just running past him left and right. Like I have all the love for Bobby in the world, but this is his biggest weakness. He cannot move left to right at all. He just stands. If you run at him, he's gonna get you.
Yeah,
But just run a little bit to the left, you go right past him. I think JSN, our tight ends, are gonna run right past him.
AJ Barner.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Okay, I'm going with kind of a scary name. He's kind of like in my mind, he's the Jameson Williams of last year. His name is Quentin Johnston for the Chargers. He gave you a 0 point last week, a 0. He gave me a 0, and I was not too happy about that. So, but I have confidence in this offense. I have confidence in the Chargers because they're going against L Titans, and yeah, I'm gonna be okay putting him in my starting lineup.
Yeah, their star cornerback, L'Jarius Sneed, is on IR again. I mean, that dude's never been right since he's put on a Titans uniform. I think the
Oh,
Titans are a
yeah,
super easy opponent. It's in Nashville. That's about all you can say.
right,
But
right.
yeah, man, I love this. This is a ballsy one. And yeah, I love it. Trying to help out the people. It does feel like it's just a rotating carousel every week with these Chargers receivers. So yeah, just because it wasn't one week, I mean, maybe he's due. Like
Right, right.
yeah, I'll give you a receiver. Boy, I don't know if it's more or less ballsy than QJ, but I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mhm.
against the Cowboys. It's in Dallas, and the Cowboys are undefeated at home. I think the Cardinals will need to keep passing to keep up with the Cowboys' offense. And the Cowboys' secondary is terrible. So, like, the Cardinals are coming off a bye. Like, I feel like it's all lining up. It's now or never. And I got a little one more thing because I want to circle back to last week. I was talking about Stephon Diggs with the Patriots. He was my flow in player. He was Andy's flow out player, and I guaranteed that Stephon Diggs would score his first touchdown of the season. But Andy, you and I were both right because he didn't even have that good of a game. I think he was like 3 for 30 with a touchdown. So yeah, no, I think we were absolutely both right because Keishon Booty he also scored. So yeah,
Yep,
no, we're
yep,
pretty much on
yep.
top of it. So I'm gonna see if I can make it 2 weeks in a row with a touchdown guarantee, and I'm gonna guarantee that Marvin Harrison Jr. finds the paint.
Does it matter who's at quarterback for you?
No.
Okay, okay. I like Marvin Harrison a lot more if Jacoby is playing quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. They're both mid. I think Kyler does have a little bit more of like tunnel vision for Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also better for the offense, I think, with his leg. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm
A
pretty indifferent.
sneaky a sneaky pickup this week is picking up Zay Jones on your waiver wire. He is definitely the clear number 2 wide receiver for this team. He is definitely the clear most talented wide receiver on this team besides Marvin Harrison. It's crazy that we have to say Marvin Harrison's name as a flow in, flow out. Like that should just be an auto lock in
It's
my
not
mind,
though.
but it's not. And unfortunately, that's just the case with being on a shitty team like the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Um, Quarterback, I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. Now, there is a lot of great quarterbacks. You probably have a Drake May. You probably have a Josh Allen. You probably have a Jalen Hurts that's on bye. Go get Matthew Stafford. He's going against the Saints. He's not slowing down. They are getting out of the run game for whatever freaking reason. They don't like to run the ball on the goal line. They're like, here, Matthew Stafford, get a bunch of touchdowns. Probably because this is your last year. So why not just throw it all over the yard? Take advantage of it. Start Matthew Stafford.
Does it matter to you if Puka comes back or not? I think he will come back. But
I think he will come back, and no, it doesn't matter.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I've flown in a quarterback and a wide receiver. Also, I'll give you my running back here, and I'm staying in the same exact game. Give me Bam Knight. Yeah, the Cowboys defense is just bad, and I think it's a great matchup. And Trey Benson is still on IR. The Cardinals, they released Michael Carter, so I think Bam Knight is a workhorse for 1 week and 1 week only, and it's a beautiful matchup.
Yes, I agree. I'm scared to start that many. We're hyping up the Cardinals maybe just a tick too much. I get the matchup.
Garbage time.
It is, yeah, exactly. it is the Cardinals, so you just take that with a grain of salt. Okay. Speaking of salt, I'm gonna put some salt on L wounds of this one.
Oh.
Caleb Williams, I don't know what you're doing if you're starting this guy. He has not been helpful since like week 2 or 3, and yet I see teams in my leagues continue to hold on to this guy, continue to roster him, and start him. I get so confused by this because maybe they don't have necessarily better options pregame or as the week goes on, but how are you happy with these results? Something has to change with the Bears, and I don't know if it's necessarily this week against the Bengals. I'm flowing Caleb Williams out of my lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams is not a good fantasy quarterback, but the matchup's so juicy. I think it's important you remind the audience who we're dealing with here. He played the Saints, which was a great matchup, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He played the Ravens, which that secondary is like the reason they're 2-5, and it was 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. So now you see another juicy matchup. The Bengals, you're looking for a quarterback. Just stay away. Just stay away. I like it.
Yes.
Another player I'm flowing out of my lineup. Quarterback, you know him. I love him. Bo Nix. This just isn't the week against the Houston Texans. Even me, I'm looking for other options. Andy, in one of my leagues, I got Bo Nix and I have Jaden Daniels. If Jaden Daniels doesn't come back, and Jaden Daniels, that's a Sunday Night Football game. I don't know when they'll announce it, right? So it's like, do I hold out hope for Jaden Daniels, or do I just play Bo Nix, or do I pick up a third quarterback from the wire? I don't know. I think I'm just going to ride it out with Jaden Daniels.
Wow. I would go look for this guy. I think his name's Matthew Stafford. Yeah, Matthew Stafford. I'd go look for him on the waivers if I were you.
I'll double check. Appreciate it.
Sure. Yes, I understand. I have Bo Nix and Jordan Love in one of my leagues. I am definitely going to be leaning Jordan Love for that matchup. They are going against the Panthers. Speaking about the Panthers, I am flowing out Ted McMillan out of my lineup. He's been I don't care who the quarterback is.
Wow.
Bryce Young, Andy Dalton. It's just been a little slow for Tet. They're figuring things out, and now they have to go play the Packers. And Micah Parsons is going to be in that backfield 85 to 90% of the game. Get me out of this game. I don't want any Panthers in this one, especially Tet McMillan.
That's a tough one. I don't know that I can go there with you. I think Tet's a great player. I think against the Packers, it's not like an unbeatable defense, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. I did not like what I saw from Andy Dalton, so if he's there, then I like it a little bit more. But yeah, you got Jalen Coker coming back into the mix, taking some targets. My wide receiver that I'm flowing out, look, sometimes you just got to play the hits, man. Give the people what they want. I'm flowing out Brian Thomas Jr. for the 3rd time this year.
Oh, boy. Wow. Yeah.
He's coming off a bye, and, he's supposed to be healthy. He's going up against the Raiders. That's probably a good matchup. But, man, I think there's going to be an agenda coming out of the bye to get Travis Hunter more involved in the
Mm.
offense, make him the star of the offense because they gave up so much to get him. Jags, a bye week couldn't have come at a better time for them. They were really on the skid, and man, I just think the matchup's so good, but that hasn't stopped him before from disappointing you. And I don't trust BTJ as far as I can throw him.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ESPN little preview, and the leading receiver between this matchup between the Jaguars and the Raiders is Trey Tucker with 29 catches, 389 yards, and 4 touchdowns. They don't even list any Jaguars player, let alone technically the number one wide receiver on the Raiders.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely nuts. Yeah, I just wanted to point out the last time we saw Jacksonville, it was a game against the Rams, and in that game, Travis Hunter had 8 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. And the second was Parker Washington, and the third was De'Ami Brown. So Brian Thomas was the wide receiver 4 in that game. Yeah, yikes!
Man,
Don't start him.
I saw that they were shopping him. Like, that would be crazy in my mind to draft this guy in the first round, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then shop him a year later. So, my third guy is going to be a running back. I think we both stayed away from tight ends. J.K. Dobbins. I'm going with another Broncos player. I just don't think I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm going to listen to Vegas on this one. It's going to be a low scoring over under. J.K. Dobbins going against that Texans defense. They're getting R.J. Harvey more involved. It looks like J.K. Dobbins got hurt a little bit last game too, so that's why R.J. Harvey got so much more action. I think it's going to become more of a split backfield the longer the year goes on. So, and this might just be the first stepping stone in that. So I'm just going to take Dobbins out of my lineup.
Did someone say R.J. Harvey breakout game? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is going to be more of a split, and yeah, this is just a tough defense. So yeah, this is a slam dunk. The running back that I'm flowing out of my lineup, if I got him, I'm definitely not starting him. It's Ramondre Stevenson. I know you love yourself some Patriots this year, Andy, but they're going up against the Falcons. That's a stingy defense, and I just think Ramondre Stevenson's too touchdown dependent. If you look at his games, if he doesn't get a touchdown, you're super disappointed. It's like 5 points. And yeah, I don't like it this week.
I almost put him down, but then I was like, who's really starting him anyway? You know, maybe there is a couple teams out there, but I think most teams are avoiding that backfield regardless, unless they absolutely have to. So, but yes, I almost put him down as well.
Yeah, it's a crazy week for like the waiver wire. Like you got Tyrone Tracy out there in a lot of leagues. I already mentioned Bam Knight. Like I would start that sort of level of running back over guys like Ramondre.
Yes, I totally agree.
It is time for the Fantasy Flow Face-Off. This is a games pick challenge against the spread. It's between Andy and we face off by drafting games against the spread. Last week, Austin, myself, went 2-1, and Andy, you went 1-2. So now I have the lead 14-13, which is huge because remember, at the end of the season, whoever has the least amount of correct picks must tear their ACL.
Oh.
All right, but the good news is that as a show, over the last 3 weeks, we're over 60%. So we're actually doing all right at this. Yeah, this probably isn't on your list because it never seems to be on your list, so I don't know why you're complaining. But I'm going to take our Seattle Seahawks to cover 3.5 against the Commanders.
Well, okay, it was on my list. It was down there, but it was on my list. It was on my list. Yes, that seems like a easy slam dunk pick. I'm going to use your strategy, and I'm going to take the Colts minus 3.5 against Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sir.
Well, it's not my fault.
All right.
I'm just going to take what works.
All right. Yeah. No, I think they got me a W 2 weeks in a row, and yeah, they were on my list. So
my turn.
Yeah.
My turn.
I like it. Yeah, we talked a bunch of crap about the Steelers earlier. I don't need to do it again. But yeah, I think the Colts are going to do very well. And Look, it's going to be a defensive struggle for sure, but I still think that Sean Payton and Bo Nix do enough to come out on top in that one. I'm taking the Broncos as 1.5-point underdogs on the road to beat the suddenly competitive Houston Texans.
Yeah, this seems like another big red flag that Vegas is waving in front of us, saying we're saying Houston's going to win again. You better listen to us. So I'm staying away, and I'm surprised you're not listening to Vegas. I'm surprised you're going against. We're going against them back-to-back weeks with this weird spread. So yeah, good luck to you on that one. I'm going to pick. I think this is my first time picking a double-digit spread all year. I'm going to pick the Rams 13.5 against the Saints.
Wow. All right. Good for you, Andy. I like it. Yeah, branching out, living on the edge.
It's getting hot over here, bud.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever taken a point spread that's more than one score. So, yeah, this is you said 13.5 against Tyler Shuck's first appearance.
First start.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I said Matthew Stafford. I just traded for Devontae Adams in a dynasty league, so I'm all in, baby.
All right. Yeah, I love that for you. With my third pick, I've talked a lot about this game. Cowboys are undefeated in Jerry World. I think that the Cardinals, losers of 5 straight, make it 6. Give me the Cowboys to cover 2.5. Just win by a field goal, won't you, Cowboys?
It's funny. I wrote this game down as Cards plus 2.5 versus Dallas, and then right as I finish writing it, I scratch it out. I'm go, what am I thinking? Of course, Dallas isn't gonna lose at home on prime time. Like, that's such a silly thought.
But so now I've picked the Cowboys. So now are you inclined to go against, like mano y mano? You want to take the Cardinals?
No. I just stayed away from the game as a whole. I just said, of course they're going to win, but I'm not going to pick it. Take that game off my list as a whole. You left me a nice juicy one here. Give me the Giants plus 2.5 against the 49ers.
Whoa! Oh my goodness. I see.
Jackson Dart at home. 49ers have to travel across the country on is it a morning game? Let me double check. Yes, it is. They're going to be scratching their eyeballs open just to play the game. Who knows if it's Brock Purdy? Who knows if it's Mac Jones? I don't think it matters. These guys are going down.
Wow. Okay. So, yes, we got to talk about this because the 49ers Texans last week, that was insane. The point spread was insane, and you picked the 49ers. And now I'm picking against the Texans, and you're picking against the 49ers. So I think that was a 49ers thing. That's why I stayed away from the 49ers. But you think it's a Texans thing. You think that Vegas thinks that the Texans are better than the public thinks. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I think that was a 49ers thing. I think something's wrong over there in Santa Clara.
Well, wouldn't you still think that way? I mean, it's negative. They have a 2.5 point spread against the 2-6 Giants, and they're 5-3. I mean, wouldn't you think that would be more?
I think it's a trap. Yeah. And you took the Giants. So like we don't disagree necessarily. I'm just shocked that you picked the Giants as one of your most confident against the spread with no Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, I mean Tyrone Tracy. If they don't draft Cam, Tyrone Tracy has that job. I mean, he was pretty good last year, and Jackson Dart ain't messing around, man. Like, yes, he got beat up by the Broncos, but most teams are getting beat up by the Broncos. So I don't know. Jackson Dart is becoming like a low-key favorite of mine.
All right. Well, there you have it. All right. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. And good luck. We'll see you next week.
Good luck. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks a ton for making it to the end of the episode. You're a real one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's a free, easy way to support the show, and it really helps us out. And leave us your comments down below if you're on YouTube, or send in your questions at the Fantasy Flow Podcast at gmail.com. Until next time.